Agora estamos ao vivo, pelo que eu tô vendo. Pera. Agora estamos ao vivo. Agora estamos ao vivo. Estamos ao
Hello!
vivo. Estamos ao vivo. Olás, olás. Cadê?
Deixa eu diminuir a sensibilidade do microfone
Agora
para pegar
sim.
um chiado.
Agora sim.
E aí,
Tudo certo.
pessoal?
E aí, pessoas? Quem está por aí, manda um oi.
A diferença de quando
Quem
eu não tô numa
está?
página branca.
Da-
Eu não tô ouvindo sua voz, quase.
Não? Como?
Agora tô. Achei que você tava
Ué.
falando. Você tinha falado alguma coisa?
Não, eu tô falando que eu tinha desassinado o Game Pass há uns meses e eu voltei a assinar nas férias. Agora, eu não renovei. E essa live pode ser que me ferre um pouco, por motivos de live, de
Então,
acontecimentos.
teoricamente, anúncio novo não vai ter. Vai ser explicando sobre os jogos das empresas aí, né? Da
Uhum,
Obsidian, da Ninja Theory, da Bethesda. Aí vai
uhum.
trazer informações sobre esses jogos que já estão anunciados.
É, mas nada custa eles falar tipo, semana que vem no Game Pass também, né? Não
Semana que vem no
custa,
Game
né?
Pass Hollow Knight.
Ah, Jesus. Quem vai anunciar vai ser a Nintendo. Vai ser a Nintendo que vai anunciar, você vai ver. Até porque o vídeo oficial do Silk Song, ele tá em todos os canais de todas as empresas, porque eu sei que ele tá no canal do Switch, da Nintendo. Enfim, ó, quem assiste a gente já viu que todo live vai ter Silk Song, né? Não tem como, né? Isso aqui
Vai ter Silk Song sem Silk Song.
é isso. E aí, quem tá por aí, dá um oi pra gente.
E aí, ela tá aí.
Cadê? Temos um minuto, tá quase começando. Quase começando. Você tem expectativa de alguma coisa, Rafa, pra hoje?
Cara, eu quero muito ver o Indiana Jones. Estou muito
Shit,
ansioso para ver o que eles vão fazer.
shit. Vou deixar a tela aqui, do jeito que dá pra acompanhar já. Pera aí. Alô, alô, alô. Ó, ó, deu 5 horas. Deu 5 horas.
Cadê Xbox você prometeu?
O povo tá falando horrores aí no chat deles, né? Quantas pessoas tem aí no YouTube deles
Falar,
aí?
falaram Silk Song também. Deixa eu ver.
42 mil aí. Não. Falaram aí? Só.
Aqui, né? 43.
Uhum.
Start. Ninja Theory, Indiana Jones. Nossa, eu vou ficar
Ó,
surdo.
veio. E aí, senhor Yuri? Você pode baixar mais um pouquinho,
Uma
Rafa.
boa tarde. Posso abaixar?
Vem aí. 11, 10. Ó.
Tá vindo o monstro. O monstro.
Brrr.
O X-Bot. O monstro.
Lá vamos nós. Boa sorte pro cartão de crédito todo mundo aí. E... Eita, credo.
Ô,
Só pra
louco,
deixar
já
claro, né?
começamos,
Pra
ó.
deixar... Vai ter coisa da Devolver, hein? Vai ter coisa da Devolver. Previsão minha aqui.
Ah, Devolver não é. É da Bethesda aí, ó.
É verdade.
Eles não são da Microsoft Studios, se eu não me engano.
Uhum. Ah, é verdade, é verdade. É esses 4 aí que vão mostrar, né?
Isso. Quer que
Unity
dá...
Game.
Já tá, não. Essa tela aqui tá boa ou põe full screen?
Ah, pode ser full screen. Boa pergunta, dona Juliana. O que vem por aí? Tcharam. Jesus.
Achei simpático.
Eu gostei dessa direção de arte deles. Ó, Obsidian, Indiana Jones, ó, o Hellblade
Esse
ali.
da Obsidian e o da Oxide eu não conheço, não sei de nada deles. Vai ser completamente surpresa pra mim.
Começou pelo do Obsidian, ó, tem Orcs, Trolls, Orcs.
Tales of Eternity.
Deadfire.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our
Essa
upcoming
legenda.
fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Você gostou?
Avowed is an adventure into the heart
não?
of the living lands.
Entendi.
A frontier at the edge of the known world, where
Tá bom,
you
tá
must
bom.
put a
Deixa
stop
eu
to
sair.
a mysterious
árabe
spiritual
mesmo.
plague
Deixa eu ver.
and discover a secret at the heart of the living
Árabe.
lands.
Ah, ó, ó.
At Obsidian, we love creating
Que eu
worlds
coloquei
with
no
deep
Xbox
themes,
Brasil, eu imaginei
dynamic
que fosse gravado
gameplay,
direto na
and
Xbox
thoughtful
Brasil.
reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
Ah, eu
We
Avowed,
set out to
cuzão.
blend
Ah,
the
faz
believable
sentido
and
ser de fantasia.
fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets
Microsoft
to
está
discover,
com 2
one of which
super
has a
jogos
really
de
personal
fantasia
connection to you as the player character,
gigantescos aí
and
pela
you're going to have a
frente. O
great time
Avowed e
getting
o
to know those
Fable.
secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when
Tá
it
me ouvindo?
comes to encounters,
Eu tô te
our
ouvindo.
combat brings the
Ah, tá.
best of the
Volta com a
moment-to-moment
legenda.
fun
Deixa eu
that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that
Isso.
you get with an RPG.
Perdão, pessoas.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian,
Shit.
our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted.
primeira
For all
pessoa.
battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks,
Oh, tem
and
arma de
abilities
fogo,
for
legal.
tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Magia.
It's not
Ó,
just
tipo
hacking
Harry
and
Potter.
slashing. You're making real-time decisions about
Essa
when
é
to
legal,
use
hein?
your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries,
Cara, tá muito bonito o jogo.
and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed
Eu lembro
wand,
de ter
it
visto essa
feels
cena, eu
quick
acho.
and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at
Uma impressão
mid-range.
minha.
Using
Ele
the
já tinha
10-foot
mostrado coisa
ability,
já.
you can stop enemies in their
Desse
tracks,
jogo,
giving you
não
the
do
opportunity
Avowed
to
já
focus
em
on
outras
weaker or
transmissões.
tougher
Mas
combatants
não
in an
Ah.
intentional and controlled manner.
nesse nível de tipo,
It's
mostrar um
important to pay
gameplay.
attention
Sim,
to the
sim,
types
sim.
of enemies you're dealing
Foi
with.
Entendi.
Some units are extremely
só
defensive,
mostrando o mundo, sabe?
some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize,
É
where their
VR, não,
healing
né?
capabilities will put you in a tough spot.
Eu
To help
não
with the different
duvido que
encounters
seja
you will
VR.
face,
Tipo, nativo
you
no
have
VR.
customizable
Ele é,
loadouts
acho que é
that can be
primeira
quickly
pessoa,
switched during combat. That means you
mas
can
pode
play
ser que
however
tragam pro
you
VR.
want.
Seria legal.
Equip
Sim.
a
Jogo
sword
assim
and
em
shield
VR.
and charge into battle.
Igual
Dual-wield
tem o
pistols and
Skyrim
control the
VR.
encounter
Ele é muito
mid-range,
legal jogar o Skyrim no VR.
or even dual-wield
Ah.
wands to feel like a gunslinging mage.
Nossa, olha que
É,
legal, mano. É
You
muito
could
Harry
use your
Potter isso.
enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use
Cara,
your
eu tô
offhand
muito
weapon's
feliz com
power
isso.
attack to
Olha.
shatter them. We've
Olha,
worked hard
congelou e
Que da
to
quebrou.
keep you
hora.
constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will
Mano,
have ample
se isso for
choices
pro
for
Game
how
Pass
to
Day
build
One,
and progress their
Xbox tá
envoy
muito
in
louco.
the world of the living
Vai ser
lands
muito bom.
as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here,
Deixa o celular aqui
Take
pra
my
acompanhar
badge.
o chat.
take everyone's.
É, o Léo
My
falou que é
family
Skyrim
deserves
com
me
Harry
when we
Potter.
fought and
E é isso
died
mesmo.
for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it
Bastante.
seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorubs. I was so surprised, and
Essa parte RPG de conversar com os personagens é muito Skyrim mesmo.
Look, I can't face those
Lembra
monsters
muito
alone,
o padrão
but I have to know
Bethesda
if anyone else made it
de
out.
RPG.
Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was
Espero
sick?
que tenha como usar
That I
uma
was
personagem
paranoid?
feminina.
That I was a dumb
Igual o
baby?
Coruja falou, né?
heard it
Duvido
all
que não
often,
tenha a
and
opção de
loud.
customizar seu personagem.
Wait,
Da forma
if you
que
found
quiser.
Sergeant Asui,
Provavelmente vai ter
Eu acho
raça
engraçado.
diferente.
what happened?
At the end
É
of the
engraçado,
quest,
você
dragão.
you
passa
have a
2 horas,
choice.
2
You
horas
confront
personalizando o
Private
personagem
Nauki. If
e
you
é a
believe the
primeira
story he's
pessoa, né?
told
Você
you,
nem
you
vê
can
ele
hand
direito.
over the badges and let him go back home.
Você customiza o
You're right.
personagem inteiro.
Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave.
Aí deu uma travadinha,
I'll
mas
take the
voltou.
badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience
Legal,
like
cada um vai
Baldur's
ter uma
Gate-
experiência
Gate
completamente diferente, né?
Art director
Baldur's
Matt
Gate
Hansen
aumentou a
and the
exigência
team
disso, né?
have worked to
Agora
create a
não dá pra
unique,
brincar, não.
colorful, and dynamic
Não
visual
dá pra
style.
brincar, não.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted a Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience.
Cara,
By
tá
contrasting
muito
the
bonito.
vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes,
bonito.
and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months,
Nossa,
and we
por
can't
favor.
wait for you to
Tá muito
explore the
legal.
Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Outono. Vai meio do ano pra outubro.
Foi. É do meio do ano até outubro, isso aí. Por aí. Voa.
Ah, não, é setembro até dezembro, né? Outono, na verdade. Deles.
Ah, mas
Então temos aí uma janela de lançamento. Ah, que legal, eles vão atualizando. Agora é o Blade 2 da Ninja Theory, que também promete muito, porque os caras estão se empenhando muito. Estão há anos já fazendo essa sequência.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews,
Sim.
studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Essa daí é uma personagem que a gente pode falar que sofreu mais que a Juliette. A cena, coitada.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the
Nothing.
game,
No,
Senua
no.
arrives in 10th century Iceland on
Oi?
the trail of the Vikings who
Nothing,
have been
nothing.
enslaving
No,
her
no.
people. In the story, we're trying to be as
Se eu não me
faithful
engano,
to
não.
history as we can up to a point,
Acho que a única
establishing a
coisa que
solid
anunciaram foi
framework
que é
and then
esse
building
ano.
more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around
Inclusive,
her.
o áudio
To
nesse
bring
jogo é
Senua's
muito
perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with
Of
Professor
course,
Paul
yeah.
Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture
Bastante prêmio,
space,
né?
a bigger stage
Sim.
team, a stunt crew, and a new
E
cast.
merecidos.
We spent a lot of time
Que ano foi o
planning the
primeiro?
motion capture shoots, thinking
Não
of
sei te
what
confirmar.
events would be good
Deixa eu
to bring into this fight. Like, how can we
Já
make
faz-
this
já
fight
faz
feel
bom
different
tempo.
from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key
Nossa,
goals was
2017.
the ability to actually tell a story throughout it.
Quase 4 anos.
It does feel very different from the first game, but it's
São
very
sete.
brutal
Quase
and you're
sete.
very
São 7 anos, né?
invested in it.
É.
Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
Dá vontade, né?
And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game
Uma
and you're like,
viagenzinha dessa aí pra
yeah,
estudar.
that
né?
works, that's amazing.
Só para conhecer.
Senua experiences
Só pra
reality
sentir o
differently,
cheiro.
and
Realmente
a part
acadêmico.
of this manifests in the voices she hears.
Sei.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation
Olha.
of this type of auditory hallucinations. As
Esse é daquele jogo que é obrigatório você
binaural
jogar
is
com
perfect for this because
fone de
through
ouvido bom.
headphones,
É, não tem
you
como, isso aí tem que
surround
ser.
yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound
Olha só.
has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Bom que até o trailer tá binaural.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Hailun, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Aí, ó, pra quem pretende ser
Our mission
audio
here at Ninja
designer,
Theory is to
desenvolvimento de
craft
game.
life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua
belo
Saga
case.
Hellblade 2 is to not
Nossa,
only
é o suco
see
do
where
desenvolvimento de
Senua
áudio pra
goes
jogos.
next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
Hellblade.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Olha!
Agora temos data.
Olha!
Caramba, maio. Tá aí.
Véspera da falecida
disponível 3, né? No Xbox Series X, PC e Game Pass aí, ó. Quem
Olha!
Tá com medo de ter que assinar o Game Pass. Esse aí é um must play esse ano.
É. Ó.
Eita. Ó,
Ih,
aqui era a live.
extra.
Aqui era a live. Square Enix, do nada. Ô, louco! Que é muito famoso por fazer geralmente exclusivos do PlayStation. Nem que seja exclusivo temporário. É a visita do Phil Spencer no Japão. Valeu a pena.
Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix.
Mana, Tales of Mana.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を
Eu ia falar que tava estranho ele falando inglês, ó.
いち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降
Imagina chegar um jogo nesse nível brasileiro e se apresentar para o mundo inteiro em
個性
português.
豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Nossa, e isso lembra muito os joguinhos antigos de Play 1. Nossa, que
今
nostalgia.
回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖
Esse
剣伝
poringa
説の生み
aí,
の親である
botonado
石井
aí.
光一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grets.
Criador da
I am so
série.
happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。
Olha só.
本作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを 監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する、海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジロよく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをチームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Os vidrinhos. O miau.
Eita. Ele usou terremoto com bicho que voa? É isso mesmo.
Às vezes ele é um Flygon.
空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、
Mano, eu não conseguiria jogar esse jogo, mano.
シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
Eu acho que deveria ser. Eu nunca joguei franquia. Mana.
Eu não sou muito fã desse estilo de jogo porque eu não me dou muito bem com MMO. Pra mim parece muito MMO.
Até agora só mostraram o single player, mas tem cara mesmo. Ainda é muito vasto.
私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Nesse verão.
Verão.
Meio do ano.
Para julho.
É isso aí.
De maio para julho. Agosto. O Futebol Coruja falou que adorou o visual, principalmente para crianças, e é muito interessante ver essas cores vivas e personagens múltiplos. Sim,
esse é tipo a gente há 20 anos atrás jogando nosso primeiro Final Fantasy, sei lá.
Sim.
É um gráfico desse para uma criança de 10 anos, sei lá, que tá conhecendo esse mundo desse tipo de jogo, é bem legal.
Sim, sim.
Pode ser a primeira memória da pessoa ter contato com a Square Enix, talvez, né?
Hello,
and welcome to Oxide
É,
Games.
tipo, eu lembro de eu com 10
We
anos
founded
jogando
the
Final
studio in
Fantasy IX, né?
2013
Então,
with our
tipo,
decades of personal
é uma
experience
pessoa com 10
building
anos
some of the
hoje
most
pensando em
beloved
jogo
strategy
bonitinho
games
desses.
of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara
Ara is an homage to
Ara,
historical
Ara.
gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth of gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore
Eles
the
pediram,
world,
né?
expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with
Entregaram
your
de
rivals
graça
on
a
the
piada.
international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
É um jogo
With Ara, we
simulador
wanted to
de
challenge some of the
estratégia.
preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office,
boy,
which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's
Muito
Dan.
bom.
We started in his basement.
Oh,
It's
que
been
legal,
an amazing
que
process
legal.
to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features,
Legal.
rediscovering what made us fall in love with
bonito.
strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that
Não
presents a
consigo.
living world where you can
Consigo
rule how you
assistir.
want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the
Tipo, eu
world the
queria pegar
chance
um
to see the
HD e
game
colocar no meu
reflect
cérebro,
their
tipo, sem
unique
jogar agora.
perspective, and not just ours.
Nossa, é muito difícil aprender esse
É
jogo.
muita informação,
we knew
olha
that
isso.
for players to feel the impact of their decisions.
Por
they
exemplo,
would
Roller
either see their
Coaster. Roller
choices
Coaster é um
reflected in
jogo
the game world
antigaço que eu
itself,
sei
not
jogar
just
e é
through
muito
numbers
difícil
on
porque
a
eu sei
menu.
jogar, mas gente, se eu tivesse que
One
aprender
of the
aquilo.
first differences you'll
Nossa,
see
que
when
preguiça.
you dive into
Tem
Ara
que ser
is what we call the living
saber
world.
dedicado à
It's a
civilização,
procedurally
cada
generated
detalhe.
alternate
total.
Earth, bursting with life. An intuitive,
Olha isso, já colocaram um
immersive
Tycoon ali
space,
no meio.
a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes.
Olha só.
We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of
Roller
Ara
Coaster é
is
bom.
our philosophy of rule how you want to rule.
E o que falou
And no
que
feature better
amava Roller
exemplifies
Coaster.
this than the Prestige
Roller
system.
Coaster é muito bom.
To win a game
Inclusive,
of Ara, players will compete
queria
with their
jogar
rivals
os
to
mais
build the most
recentes.
influential,
Falta
impressive, and
alguma
important
aí, né?
nation
Mas
the world has ever
Teve
known.
um World,
This
né?
is
Sei
measured
lá,
by
Roller Coaster
prestige,
World.
the
tem
player's
esse-
score that proves
Teve
their
há
worth as a
pouco
leader.
tempo aí.
The Prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military
Olha,
might?
não conta o que eu gostava de fazer no Roller Coaster.
Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs.
Colocar as
In
pessoas
Ara,
na
there are
água e
no set
explodir
victory
montanha-russa.
conditions. Players get to
Colocar a
decide what is
montanha-russa
most
pra
important
voar
to them and
na
focus and
água.
prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are
Ai,
our
credo,
collection of
imagina se fosse assim
incredible
na vida real.
monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard
Ainda
to
bem que existe
build,
joguinho pra
but
gente
worth
passar
it,
essas coisas.
giving
E
huge
não fazer na
prestige
vida real.
bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the
Futebol Coruja
4X genre.
apontou
Succeeding at
ponto
balancing,
interessante.
gathering the right things,
Que
turning them
jogo
into
às
the
vezes
tools
ser
that you need, and
complexo
then finally
demais
getting
afasta
to the
pouco o
outcome or
poder.
reward of something like an important
Cada vez que a gente vai ver,
triumph
né?
just
Eles adicionam
changes
mais
the
complexidade.
challenge that exists in Ara
É
compared to other
exatamente o que eu
4X
faço com esse tipo de jogo. Tipo, eu acho legal,
Crafting
mas eu
plays
tenho
out in
muita
Ara
preguiça
at
de
a
aprender.
national
Nossa,
scale,
morro de
with
preguiça.
players
Ele tá
owning and
bonito, não dá
combining the
pra falar que o
natural
gráfico é
resources they
feio.
harvest
É.
into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to
E
improving
claro,
your
né,
cities
tem
and
o seu público
citizens'
específico, né,
lives,
que as pessoas
and
são
even
viciadas em
manufacturing the
RTS
weapons
e
necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Legal.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait, informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play, and even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum
É importante criar uma comunidade antes do lançamento do jogo.
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
Olha isso, o jogo parece que realmente fez uma sociedade viva ali, com a natureza acontecendo.
We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for
O
joining us
Coruja
today.
acabou de falar sobre o jogo de tabuleiro Seven Wonders e a expansão dos líderes.
Amo Seven Wonders. Nossa,
não faz aqui, que gosta muito de jogos de tabuleiro.
Gosto. Seven Wonders é um jogo que você olha e você acha que ele é super complexo, mas ele é mó de boa. Você interage entre os jogos.
Sua voz cortou. Mais um pro outono de 2024. E agora Indiana Jones. Você não tá vendo sua voz.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine.
Agora foi.
We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on
Acho tudo que você falou desde o Seven Wonders pra frente até agora.
Since the first film came out,
Indiana Jones has
always represented the ultimate adventure.
Pouquinho
Even
só.
today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever.
I've had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has led to the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing.
Será que é uma história original?
You're wondering, maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning. instead of ending up here.
O gráfico parece uma pintura.
Forgotten in the sands of Africa.
Myths.
Primeira pessoa.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
Can't just run away from your problems,
Indiana.
Ele não vai agora. O gritinho.
Mankind
Claro.
has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
Adoro essas teorias da conspiração.
I've had run-ins with these
Que
guys.
transição boa.
Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up? Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukwuemani, the Great Circle.
Tô com saudade de filme desse estilo.
Ah, lançou Indiana Jones ano passado, né?
Ah, não vi.
You have any idea how old that was?
Dá uma boa sensação de nostalgia.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome, stop. Need help, stop. Maybe in Vatican, stop. India.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Puzzles.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard.
Você sabe, Rafa, que ano que acontece mais ou menos a história
and to be honest, a more genuine
do Indiana
experience by
Jones?
finding more clever ways to solve the problem.
Complicado, é
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
Oh. It's an amazing
Indiana Jones marcaram uma geração,
action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really
E eu sinto falta de ter mais conteúdos semelhantes
taken to the
hoje em
forgotten
dia.
temples of Sukhothai,
Filmes de
the pyramids of
aventura,
Egypt,
assim, de
the
mistério.
snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt features. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game
Legal é ver
and
isso
making a
agora
movie.
sem o CG
And of
e
course,
tentar
our
no jogo
characters do a
identificar
lot
quais
to
são
help
as
bring the
cenas.
world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina
teremos
has
dois
a personal
protagonistas.
stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up? We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Olha como eles estão machucados, ou com o nariz quebrado ali no curativo, Indy com um monte de hematoma no olho.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
É o indie.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and knock them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
Ah, que massa!
And yes,
Como
you can
distração.
absolutely use it in
Isso é
combat.
legal.
Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so
Vocês
important.
têm vontade de
to Indiana
jogar
Jones.
os jogos do Indiana Jones
Obviously,
Lego
there are a
também.
handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them.
Caramba.
Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Isso é interessante para jogo de mistério. Armadilha clássica.
Quer ver a bola correr atrás dele?
Oi?
Olha lá, ó. A bola começar a correr atrás dele daqui a pouco.
Vai
ter que ter a cena clássica.
Faltou.
Todos os fanservices
Machine
colocados,
Games
faltou
is
isso.
known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set
Olha,
pieces,
eles
surprising twists,
com o prêmio
and
do
immersive
The Game
narratives.
Awards ali no
It's
fundo.
exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Mais um Alguém roubou o prêmio, você viu? Alguém roubou.
Roubou o ídolo perdido. Então é isso, vários jogos, todos os jogos anunciados, mostrados, né, no caso, não foram anunciados. Vão vir esse ano. Só 24, só 2024, sem janela. Game Pass, é isso, que legal. Tá convencido a continuar assinando o Game Pass, Fábio?
É isso aí. Cara, eu acho que não, por enquanto. Talvez mais pra frente eu assino.
Quando lançar, né? Espera lançar.
Quando lançar o primeiro, eu assino.
O Blade tem muita chance de ir pro Game Awards, hein?
Could take one.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy.
Essa data do meio do ano de lançar o Hellblade é a véspera da E3, só pra... que não tem mais E3, né? Mas era a janela de lançamento. Era a janela de lançamento que a galera lançava o jogo pra poder ter um stand lá na E3.
Vai ter
playing as indie, you are Indiana Jones.
A Gamescom.
Sim.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Que acho que a Gamescom Brasil acho que veio para substituir a E3, que não vai acontecer mais. Né? Mesma época.
Tem o Summer Fest lá, né? O Summer Game Fest lá, é isso que chama?
Né? Eles incorporaram o Big, né?
Sim. Eu falo que internacional, como é E3, tem esse Summer, né? Que tem um pouco esse papel de fazer lançamento também. Como é que é o nome do evento?
Sim. É o Summer Game Fest.
Summer Game Fest mesmo. Isso. Junho de 2024.
Já tem mais?
É isso. Acabou. Ó.
Elder Scrolls Online. Cadê o 6? Detesta!
Esqueceram que existe. Esqueceram aí, ó. Esqueceram na janta. Acabou? Acabou.
Acho que foi isso. Achei que ia durar até umas 6 horas.
10 minutinhos aí a menos. Deixa eu... Ué? Ah, tá, tem que pôr assim. Isso.
Isso aí. Chegou ao fim com muitas curiosidades sobre o desenvolvimento. A gente pôde passar por vários profissionais ali que trabalham no desenvolvimento dos jogos. Deram muita ênfase aos sound designers, principalmente do Hellblade, que é sensacional a experiência de áudio deles. Os game designers, foi muito legal.
A gente vê esses jogos, quanto mais a gente vê esses jogos, mais a gente vê que eles estão cada vez mais virando filmes mesmo, né? Tipo, o nível de captura de movimento, o trabalho de som, o trabalho de equipe de atores, né? É literalmente ver esses bastidores, é ver isso acontecer e virar cada vez mais audiovisual mesmo, né? A parada tá virando cinema há muito tempo, né? Já tem muito tempo, mas...
É só ver o Indiana Jones, ele é um filme, um jogo baseado em filme, e uma das moças que passou boa parte do tempo conversando com a gente, mostrando, ela era gerente de cinematografia, então
total.
Com certeza tá ali pra... É a oitava arte, né, os jogos.
É, isso aí. Isso aí. Turma, então acho que é isso, né? Muito obrigado a todos aí que participaram com a gente. Uma horinha aí de bate-papo e...
Conhecendo desenvolvimento de jogos, se aprofundando nos lançamentos incríveis que vamos ter esse ano. Estão prometendo muito. Que com certeza, bom, esperamos que esteja na retrospectiva no final do ano, né? Que sejam jogos incríveis. E é isso. Tá sem voz a sua. Problemas técnicos. Não te ouço. Agora foi.
Agora foi?
O que tá acontecendo com seu microfone?
Ó, foi.
Agora foi.
Chique. Não, eu tô falando, todo mundo que estiver aí, obrigado por ter participado, né? Curtam aí, sigam o canal, deixem a sua curtida aí. E amanhã temos mais uma live, né, Rafa?
Pois é, amanhã vamos ver os lançamentos da semana. A gente queria já deixar o convite, vai ser amanhã às 3 da tarde, né? Às 15 horas. Isso. Aqui no YouTube também. São todos convidados.
Isso. Ative a notificação do canal, porque aí vocês recebem todas as notificações de tudo que estiver acontecendo por aqui. Tá tendo um movimento bem grande por aqui nesse canal e vou ter cada vez mais aí. Se tudo der certo, a gente vai ter uma live praticamente semanal aí. A ideia é ser semanal, pode acontecer. Essa semana a gente vai ter 2 essa semana. Semana que vem já tem outra, provavelmente na sexta-feira de novo. Então a gente vai vendo à medida que os eventos forem acontecendo aí.
Então por isso segue a gente nas redes sociais, que a gente vai anunciar tudo lá.
Exato. E qualquer dúvida também, qualquer coisa que vocês queiram dar sugestão de vídeo, mandem pra gente no Instagram também. A gente pode estar pegando um tema que você tem alguma dúvida, alguma coisa, e transformando em vídeo pra gente aqui também. Que é super legal a dica de vocês aí, pro Rafa tá fazendo conteúdos pra gente. E é isso.
É isso aí, um beijão.
Obrigadão.
Obrigado por terem vindo e conversado com a gente no